Hello, friends. So, I'm trying something a little new today. I want to just do this free form instead of my usual long ramblings. So, I'm just gonna do my podcast. Hopefully, at one point, I'll have actual, you know, like guests and stuff on, but I want to do a proof of concept first. So, we have all sorts of lovely topics to talk about. It's over there. Wow, this is really weird not having that on the screen. So, let's start off. There's new commanders finally. Hello, Mike. There's a crossover event with Dynasty Warriors because that's what KvK Arena gets all the time, so I guess it's time for us to get some crossover events. It's Lobo and Dio-chan from there. I don't remember Dynasty Warriors 9 being a particularly good game, so it's a little weird that they're doing a crossover with a 2-year-old game that wasn't very well received. But that doesn't matter, because it's all about the commanders. So, first up, we're gonna go over these. I was really hoping Dio-chan would be a gatherer, just so like this we could get a 5th Gathering March. Or a 5th Gathering March that has 2 commanders in it. That would have been swell, but instead we got integration, peacekeeping, and support. But it doesn't matter because she pretty much has to be a secondary to Lobo. So these skills are the level 1 skills, and I have the level 5 ones over here. So, first up, they get to deal a bunch of damage. When she's at 5, she does 350 damage factor over 4 seconds. It's just a better version of Fred's skill. Except it does slightly less damage. It's pretty much like Fred's expertise on less damage. I like Fred's skill. I think it's really good. And if I remember correctly, he has skill. So, like, that helps with, like, latent power. Stuff like that. Could be kind of okay. A barb skill, I don't think this is really a big deal. 2% attack and 2% defense. The defense turns into 10% and 10%. Which is, it's pretty decent. And, like, she's an epic. You could probably use that in different forms. She's got a really good heal. When it's max level, it's 500 and an extra 500 when it's Lobo, and just, in theory, I'll go by Fred because I think Fred has one of the most consistent ones. He's 1,000 every 5 seconds. It's 1,000 every 5 seconds if you're using it with Lobo. That feels like it's good, but like that's only if you're using Lobo. And then it just, is that a new skill? Like, did that? No, then for her expertise it just goes up another 50%, which is pretty lackluster, but she's an epic. And I feel like most people have just a ton of epic heads laying around. That's not terrible. And now I know everyone's just been like had this hard on for Lobo for the longest time. And I don't know. I don't feel like he's all that good. Leadership commanders, as a general rule, aren't the best, especially when you think this is for conquering. Usually you want to do other stuff. Like, for me, leadership rallies are like, cool, siege gang time. So he's gonna deal an AoE, kind of good. He reduces defense as well. It's up to 800 when his first skill is maxed. That's pretty good. Not bad, and like they lose 40% defense for 3 seconds. That could definitely work well together, especially with all of Dio-chan's skills. They could probably output a bunch of damage open field. The second one is, I think it's 10% skill damage when attacking cities. I mean, how is that compared to, I know Tamiris has one. Tamiris goes up to 30 and she deals 10% less counter damage, so still not great. Still not great. Troops gain 15% increased attack, and normal attacks have a 10% chance to increase the attack of troops by 120 with Dio-chan, which could be really good for open field stuff. And then 10% troop capacity, pretty good. And then when rallying, another 10%, so you get 20% if you're rallying. But apparently this is only for cities. I don't know if this is just a translation error. But I was really, like, we needed a rally commander for flags and garrisons. We didn't need more for just cities. What up, Susie boy? And then he goes up to 1,000 skill damage and defense up to 50. It's pretty good, but like these are gonna be from bundles. Lobo, I think, will be fine open field, but what's the monetary value of this? If this is gonna be a bundle commander, I don't know. If Lilith makes me a sponsored creator, then I'm probably not going to be able to talk shit about them. Because, like, I don't think this is going to be a $300 commander. Like, sure, you know what, for, like, in the grand scheme of, like, if this costs $300 at most, that's not terrible. That would be kind of okay. But I would not put universals in this. I think this is really problematic because this isn't anything we need. Like, did we need another open field commander? I'd rather just use Aethel because she debuffs. Like, this is just a big glass cannon. This is, like, between the two of them, this is, it's a ton of DPS. But it's with leadership. I think most people would rather use a Ramses, or I think even Herald to a certain extent does comparable damage. Like, he loses defense on one of his things. But, or even just Attila Takeda. This isn't a commander pairing that we needed. And this kind of brings me up to my next point about very, very long ago, there was a dev feedback thing where, hello? You wanna load? They're supposed to relook into Hannibal and Charlemagne. And let's go down here and look. So Charlemagne is leadership conquering skill, and Barca is leadership conquering attack. Hey, isn't that really weird that Lobo is also that? If I go back and I bring up image, wow, look, these are the same skills. I mean, the integration doesn't matter because she's a secondary. And, like, we didn't need another peacekeeping commander. But, like, rather than buffing the old commanders that a bunch of people have worked on, this feels like it's going to be more of the same, where these are just commanders that are going to fall by the wayside. Like, they're not strong. Like, these are going to deal a bunch of damage. These are going to deal a ton of damage. But, I mean, Charlemagne, he doesn't really deal any damage. Like, he's tanky. Charlemagne deals a ton of damage. But, like, it doesn't... When's the last time you saw someone use Charlemagne? If you're going to use an open field leadership march, you're either a psychopath like me and use Fred, or you're going to use Aethel. Aethel's good just because she debuffs and she does damage, and she just has that, like, good overall package to go. But, like, Aethel's kind of the only one that sees any use. I'm one of the only psychopaths that use Fred. And that's because he was, like, the first one I maxed. So, like, I'm so confused by what they're doing. It seems like more of the same uselessness and just, like, a bait to make money. And in that same vein, on that same dev feedback where they said that they would be changing these, a little while ago, they were planning on changing the AoE. Because apparently we need to placate new players and not teaching them the hard way that, you know, if a commander has AoE and they're standing around a flag, or you're trying to pillage their city, their AoE is going to kill all of your troops. And everyone lost their mind. Because apparently if they weren't getting attacked, they would not get hit by the AoE. Now they've changed it so it's not deads, and instead they'll be severely wounded. I'm kind of alright with this, because it would be a very one-way street where the rally hitting, if the rally's hitting it, AoE isn't going to kill troops. The flag probably shouldn't also. I'm kind of alright with that. Like this, the only deads are actually involved in joining the rally or hitting the structure. That's kind of okay. But they needed to add the severely wounded, because otherwise you would have just gotten free reinforcements into rallies. But hey, that's kind of cool. The devs are kind of finally listening to us a little bit. I think we all wanted to be heard, and we all realized that this is just a god-awful idea. This as it stands now is kind of good. I'm kind of good with how this is. Hello, Donovan. And then there's another pretty decent change. So for KvK, I don't know if this is going to be, I think this is going to be just for KvK 6, RoK Anthem. So they're making it more gear centric and reducing some of the speed up. I think this is going to be really good, because this is very much moving towards commanders need gear. Most people buy KvK 6. Pretty much all of us have T5s. Like, I'm in a fairly old kingdom, right? And I'm fairly high powered. I'm still very much a low power player. But I'm ranked 249. I'm pretty sure if I scroll all the way down to 300, our top 300 all has T5s. The speed ups at this point are only for training troops. And I guess the new bullshit stuff in KvK. I'm pretty sure he has max tech. He might not have T5s. But let's say, I think some of these guys do have T5s. So let's say like our top 350 have T5s. Speed ups become a lot less valuable in that situation. Hopefully this isn't open on a bad chat. Oh god, it is. Oh god, it is. Don't load it. Don't load it. Yeah, I probably do. I probably do. I love how I blocked out my screen there, thinking, oh, well, thank you, Bumblebee. So, reducing speed ups, probably a good thing. We don't need as many speed ups. Like, I have 70 days of building speed ups after I finished building all my buildings like 2 months ago. Those are just gonna go for those new buildings. I don't really need more speed ups. I definitely want more gear. And from what I was seeing, a lot of you can get like 25 heads in the KvK from the reward shop if you max those out. And there's still a bunch of the Crusader achievement ones that will give you heads. That's pretty good. Thank you, Don. I love you, buddy. Overall, I think this is kind of a good trade. I don't want speed ups anymore. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. What's this one? This is the Bastion one. So, I want to just talk about, like, realistically, yeah. But like all those gears are like super impactful, right? Get the, I think it's the, like for archers you get this one, right? No, it's their bow. One of them is a bow. Yeah, it's the crossbow. Like if you get one of these, it's kind of okay, and then I would just try to grind out for some gear, for some materials. Like, I think all of them are better than the coin. So I'd rather be able to get one good blueprint than 2 coins. Because the coin's pretty bad now. Like, I would much rather get... Let's bring it. Is it this one? I thought they had... Isn't there like a stupid skill damage one? I mean, this one's... Like, I'd rather this. There's so many of them. Did they add the new ones too? And like, I'll get like 7 of these. Like, I don't know if they'll stack, but like, I'm probably at least gonna get 5 of these. I think this is gonna be one that everyone's gonna want. Got extra march speed. It'll be huge. Is this another new one? Okay, this one's pretty bad. This one, I'm not gonna lie, is pretty bad. But like, the counterattack damage is gonna be huge on Charles and Harold and Attila Takeda. I'll take those. I'll take those in a heartbeat over coin. If I get one of these over 2 coins, I'm Gucci. Exactly. I would much... Can you still get them? I don't know if you can still get coin. I'd imagine the coin would still be there, but having people be able to spend them how they want is going to be great, because how many people have just a ton of coins? Well, this brings me to my next point, where the new KvK system seems very much pay to win. I didn't get any screenshots of that because I forgot to do that. But it's working on a system of gems, or crystals rather, and it comes in a bundle, and you can buy other stuff, and that'll let you increase your troop capacity and damage and everything. It feels like lower spending players are going to have a really hard time if they're not spending at least a bit of money. And in my situation, I haven't been the happiest with Lilith. So that's why I have like 4 writer history bundles. Like, I could probably afford them. Dude, you can share some of that gold with me, because I'm gonna be fighting hard, and I'm probably gonna get whooped, because I'm not gonna have 400k marching around the field. So even with 50%, I'm gonna get like smashed, even though like my Ramses is pretty well geared. Yeah, I'm kind of in that same boat. It's probably gonna be about $300 to really be able to stay competitive and get some of the top end rewards. $300 is a lot that you're gonna have to spend every 2-3 months. At this point, 3 months, because I think KvK is gonna take a decent amount of time to get there. Like, $300 for stuff that's only going to impact you for like 45 days, that's a lot of money, man. Like, much in the same way that the new commanders coming out in bundles, it just feels like a cash grab. Like, there's a bunch of other bundles that people want to get. Like, people push power hard. Like, you know how much money this man has to spend to get that much power, and he kills his troops like crazy. Look at Jay's deads. Jay's 30 million deads. Exactly. You gotta spend for MGEs to stay competitive. You want to get gems for wheels and for more than gems. It's turning into a mobile game that you're gonna have to spend like $1,000 a month to stay even competitive at this point. Like, you could get by before with just a gem supply. Dude, Tickle lately has probably been closer to 5K. Maybe it's because he's gearing up for KvK, but he's been buying out the shop a lot. But like, not everyone is spending that kind of money. But even like lower power players, they want to keep up on their blueprints. The epics are a lot more affordable, and like, oh my god, yeah, Jay's resources. Look at this man. This is hands down one of the best fucking people in this game. 100,000 million billion. He's given out almost 30 billion resources, but he's only gathered 2. Jay is legitimately always fighting, as you can tell by his kills. He's in flags, and this man still gives out resources to help everyone. I love him. And people like him and Tickle are going to be the backbones of KvK. I know there's a ton of people here that have good rally commanders. They have good garrison commanders. But I think how players' roles are is gonna take a big shift. You can't just be like, okay, cool, I have VIP 15. Yeah, Jay has a stupid amount of farms. You can't just be VIP 15 and it's like, okay, that's good enough to garrison a flag. Like, even 15 doesn't really affect anything. Before it was, okay, like, you want people to be VIP 17 for the extra damage in rallies and garrisons. You probably did give legs a significant fucking amount. But we got most of those back. And legs is back, so it's all good. It's all good. So, how people's roles are gonna change is gonna be kind of insane, right? Because with all the new changes to the tech in KvK, can you even find that? RoK, Anthem. One of these sites might have it. Let me see if I can find something really quick. I didn't make an account in the new kingdoms. I had a couple of screenshots. So like this is the big one in question. It's gonna be this crystal mine. This crystal mine is going, like, especially if you can't change them. Does this have the text? Doesn't have the text, but that Reddit post might. Let's see if this Reddit post has it. So, like, I think free-to-play players are gonna be in a significant disadvantage lately. Holy shit, this man did a big one. Oh, perfect. So... Oh, that's so weird. You can buy any of the old city skins. The material chest's freaking expensive as all heck. You can still buy coin. These are pretty cheap, actually. Like, if those are just like the one blueprint, that doesn't seem right, does it? Like, I would buy that for 2. That seems amazing. Are these different? Those look like different pieces of currency. I think these ones you can grind out with barbs and stuff, and this might be for winning. You get a oh yeah, okay, there it is. So you get one of these for being top 10 in honor or top 20 in honor. So you can only get these after 2 KvKs. That's a bit wacky because I feel like, I know for the Archer one, so these two are really good. I would use them, but I'd much rather get the legendary set. Is that all you can buy with these coins? Or you can buy a city skin after 6 KvKs? Because you only get one? The cap rewards are pretty, like, kind of suck. The coalition ones are pretty good. I think these are less than before, but those used to be kingdom based, and now coalitions are going to be multiple ones. I think that's going to change. I think that's why I'm still thinking KvK is only going to take another 4 weeks at a minimum. Because KvK, like, dude, like, I would grind for the 40 heads, but, like, I'm not going to get rank 1 honor. Like, I guarantee it now, I'm not going to get rank 1 honor. I've struggled in the past even trying to get top 20 because people go absolutely insane. One thing I wanted to touch on is apparently that, oh, that didn't work. So the kill ones are from other camps. So all those kingdoms that always just like feed themselves 50 million kills for that no longer works. And I absolutely love that change. The amount of people that you see with like 50 million T1 kills because they just feed each other in KvK, I think that's lame as shit. Our last KvK opponents were very much guilty of that, with like 200 million T1 kills because they would just feed. It doesn't touch on the tech at all, does it? Do they have one for tech? That's just a great one. Okay, here's the tech one. So here's what you get for crystals. So for the crystals, like, it's a bit like the other ones, right? So you get attack and defense for each unit. So garrison players, especially if you're like a YSS garrison, you're gonna want to not be super spread out the way YSS was really good before. Like, you'd probably want to do like YSS or Zenobia and boost up just your infantry, or if you're gonna use arty, use your archer ones, and then the cav ones for your ralliers. That'll be like 20%, 10% attack and defense. That's huge. And then, okay, that's for barbs. That one doesn't matter as much. But the troop capacity one, that's gonna be huge. Like, free to plays, and it looks like you need to get like certain levels in all of these. I think it's gonna be a bit like the other one. But like, you're gonna have to put in like a decent amount of points in even siege. So you probably need this for those higher level barbs. And then to get to the troop capacity, it's a lot. crystals dropped from, I'm guessing these are barb camps. So like that's going to be a super important one to get. 50% capacity there for your rallies. Like, ralliers need this. This one's gonna be huge. I think this one's gonna, like, a lot of people are gonna need. You got more archer ones, or more troop specific ones, more barb ones, and I'm assuming these cost crystals along with speed ups. And if these are anything like the other ones, it's gonna cost a significant amount of days of speed ups. Hopefully they tweak it down so it's not as bad. But like, once again, rallied army capacities are gonna be huge. Like, if you're not a whale and you're not getting up here, you shouldn't be rallying. And the damage increase you're probably really gonna need for your garrisons and your rally players. The free-to-play way is probably gonna have to be like focusing heavy on these ones that increase crystal drops from defeating, I'm assuming, barb camps. It's gonna be really hard for lower spenders. Oh my god, there's different tech lines too. So like those are... Okay, so on this one, there's a timer there. But I don't know if you can use speed ups on that. Then this is a lot of... Oh, you can boost up your crystals in your favor. Dude, like, this is gonna be... It's gonna take a lot of pre-planning to figure out where you're gonna go. I think you're gonna have to focus on crystal gathering really hard. But while the free-to-play players are doing that, the whales are just buying crystals and focusing down on the military tech. It's a lot like the early game now. There's the psychopaths that just went full military right away, and they had like level 25. What the fuck is that ad? That says a lot about my Reddit use, isn't it? It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird, and it's gonna be super hard for lower power players to really make a big impact. I don't know. It could be good. The last one that I want to touch on for KvK are these bastion skills. So there's definitely, I'm sorry, this image looks like a potato. But I kind of went over these already, and there's definitely some winners in this one. Constantine's one you're gonna want for like every garrison. Every garrison player needs to get this and have their Constantine leveled up so they can put that on every other garrison, because that's gonna be insane. The Caesar one just kind of makes all your open field marches really tanky. I think that'll be really good. The YSG one for any archer march is gonna be insane. You can add just Pela's awesome heal onto any commander as well. Sun Tzu's is also really good. Take less damage and infantry get more health, but just like the 10% damage reduction is amazing. And then troop capacity is also pretty good. The Joan of Arc one here is hilarious that they put that here, because the Joan of Arc one is Pela's but worse, and I can show why here. So Pela has a 10% chance to heal 450 units, and it can happen every 2 seconds. Joan has the same healing factor, but it's every 5 seconds. Sid's isn't that good either. After 50%, they deal 25% more damage and they march a little faster. That's okay, but how I fight in Ruins is always, once my troops start to get under 50%, I kind of bring them home. This might be a little more impactful if you're having a fucking 400k march going around. Actually, you know what? If you have a 400k march around, Sid's is pretty good. But like if you're using this for archers, I guess this one is all troops, so that could be okay, I guess. And I don't know if they're changing it, but from what I heard, when you use one of these bastion skills, it gets removed from the commander. So like, if you put Genghis Khan's one onto, say, your Saladin, your Genghis Khan's gonna go down to 3 skills. So, I mean, but Julie's just makes them tankier, right? Like, Sid's just makes you do more damage. I like Caesar's because once you're under 60, you just take more damage and then you just tank up a bit. Right? You can reduce damage by up to 40%. Like an extra 40%. 40% all damage reduction. I mean, it can only trigger once every so often. But that's very similar to... is it this one? Well, Sid's is a bit like this one. Oh, I guess this one is based on skill. I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering. I think Caesar's is a lot better than Sid's. For sure. But it's still weird that, you know, the commander's going to lose those skills. So if you're using any of these ones, so like, you're going to put your Constantine one on all of your garrisons. So that means you need to have Constantine's 3rd skill maxed out, which is a lot of heads to get there. And then you're also no longer using Constantine to garrison. So you got to invest a bunch to make your other garrison commanders better. I mean, that works out, but once again, this turns into a Wales game. So, like, I'm not gonna get into a flag with any, like, if you're not 100 million power and like you have crazy crystal production, and like that's so not worth it. Heroic Anthem is gonna be wild. Hopefully they take the extra couple of weeks to balance out those old kingdoms. How many days are they in their KvK right now, in the test kingdoms? Come on. Where's the thing? Because they just started a couple of weeks ago, right? Yeah, it's been 11 days. Still can't see anything. You know, like, if there's gonna be 45 days, I think they might let this run out all the way and then start changing it more. I'd probably say like KvK 6 for everyone might start in like 4 weeks, because I think there's a lot of changes that they need to do. I know titles don't work in the kingdom, and they even said that they have a bunch of adjustments they want to make. It's weird, super weird. Hopefully they make it work, because I'm tired of Light vs. Darkness. Light vs. Darkness was terrible. I'm just happy with the swap changes. I really like the fact that we're going to be able to kind of choose our own destiny on what we do with KvK, not just, cool, it's a coin. This will give every player, like, the want to fight and hopefully like this everyone's gonna fight, because another another KvK where nobody fights is not gonna be happy for me. I want to make good KvK content. So I have a couple more points that I want to touch on, and I think it's about the upcoming patch. Yes, it is. So they added this a little while ago, but they just implemented it in the patch notes, and I think it's really important to touch on. Governors with power higher than 150 million will be calculated as 150 million for matchmaking purposes. So for KvK, for Ark, for I guess that would be it. Maybe it'll scale differently for other stuff. But that means Imperium is going to be a lot easier to get out of, in theory. So all the players that are over 150 million power, like Tickle's not gonna have to fill up his hospital anymore. Neither is Jay. All the people around 150 million, that they should fill up their hospitals if you want to like drop out of Imperium to get new people in. But it should be significantly easier because you don't have people like Ticklefist then fucking up everyone's, like his overall power increases everyone else's because of how it would work, because it would take the average, I guess the median of everyone's power in the top 300. I think that'll help. I think that'll help significantly for Imperium Kingdoms, because it wasn't fun. And that makes people like, I don't know who was going to take Baba into their kingdom if he left JWM, because having 1 billion power player would have just screwed it up so much. It doesn't matter for JWM because they just do JWM things. But yeah, this has already been in the game. This has been in the game for a while. I started planning this podcast like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, they ninja added this into the game, but they finally addressed it. So shout out to Lilith for, you know, telling us they changed stuff finally. I'd love real patch notes. I think real patch notes would be great for the game. Yeah, and then just, it's gonna change the dynamics of top power. That's fun. Zenobia got her thing fixed, so now it's supposed to do 30% increased damage for 2 seconds. That's so insane. Zenobia mixed in with some of those KvK skills, she's gonna absolutely shred rallies. But that brings up another point. Oh, did I not take a screenshot of that? Because I didn't take a screenshot of that. Players can now leave rallies at will. Before Wise Kingdoms, we found out the loophole for that. When you join a rally and like your troops are almost dead, you would just leave the alliance, and then your troops would go out, and then you could rejoin the alliance and put a new march in. They're taking out that loophole, so now you can just leave it. And that'll be really huge. Utility Takeda rallies are going to last for forever now. A lot easier. I know someone in our kingdom, Lois, had done a video of us rallying the pass, and the pass rally lasted like over an hour. Maybe it was like an hour 45 minutes almost. Like it was kind of ridiculous. The rally lead actually like left because it was like 4 a.m. or something stupid her time, and she like got ready for work. She just like set the rally, and then we just left the rally and reinforced. I really like that they're changing that for leaving rallies. You get to just at will do it. I don't know how that's going to affect Zenobia, but I still think Zenobia is going to start shredding rallies with that. Artie is technically getting buffed. Before, you would kill your own troops and like put them in the hospital. And when your troops get severely wounded, they no longer get healed. So now there's her downside pretty much gets negated because it's damage factor 300, right? Now that gets almost negated entirely by this. I think that's gonna make Artie like super tanky, because over the course of battle she would probably end up injuring like a good amount of her own troops and putting them in the hospital. Downside to that is like now you can't get like MGE kill event points just by attacking barbs, but like I'd much rather this way. I think Artie's gonna be like insanely tanky. Artie's act like, and I think for garrison situations, that's going to be insane if you get to heal. Because they're not going to get severely wounded. They're just going to heal the maximum amount. I think Artie's going to, like, I think this change will actually make Artie, like, an insane garrison, and she's going to be a force in the open field. And I had one last one. Oh yeah! Apparently they fixed the lag? I'm so excited for this. Like, apparently... I don't know how this is gonna work. I don't know what they could have done. Hopefully they optimized some stuff. But they're claiming the lag has been fixed. And the world rejoiced. Because everyone has been asking about this for 4 KvKs now. So it's been like over a year. Well over a year that everyone's been like, yo, this lag makes this game unplayable. It says some screen lag issues. I'm not so concerned about the screen lag issues. I'm more concerned about the I can't control my goddamn troops. Hopefully this helps. If they're claiming that they're claiming they fixed it, that's amazing. I'm happy. And I didn't put it in the thing, but OL has been insane. So while I'm here, I'll do my like OL predictions for, I guess that's gonna be tomorrow, right? Because it's Saturday. Yeah, I have like 2 hours left to make my bets. This has been such a roller coaster of Osiris League. Farming is just like the god tier thing now. It's wild. I put my Eye for Talent on OV because I think they might have something in their back pocket. I think they're finally figuring something out. I do love that Snow is so evenly matched here. These are both going to be insane matches. I'm going to pre-register for both. What I would love to see from OL would be Rose vs. Snow. And that's about how I'm going to bet. Let's say that. And then I was just like betting on the underdogs. I think 374 has a very decent chance, but Snow is like actually insane. And Rose is also just like a crazy team. So I'm going all in. I think it would be absolute madness that 2 teams that are under 3 billion MMR for Osiris League will end up getting there. But like, dude, Snow beat JWM. That was the most wild match in the world. I got timestamps on my last video. If you haven't seen that, I would highly recommend watching that. That was insanity. I mean, 374 is also not a team to take lightly whatsoever. I think this is going to be one of the closest matches in the world. And Rose's... I really hope Rose pulls this out. I really hope Rose pulls this out in a big way. But it's probably going to be OV. My Eye for Talons are so messed up because I don't think anyone saw 3 of these teams getting this far. I think the only people might have thought would have been OV. But like OV looked a little weak for a bit. Like they took that loss to SFS. A pretty dominant one too. But they've been doing great in all their other games. That CN9 game, like CN9's a really good team. And that really surprised me. They beat HKL, which was... This is the first loss HKL had in, like, over a year. Like, they don't lose. It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. I'm super looking forward to Cassia tomorrow. I will be up bright and early at 7 a.m. to witness this madness. Hopefully I get in. Are these the same in Anubis as well? Yeah, these are both at 15. Apparently these games are going to be really good. But nobody really cares about Anubis Realm, right? I can't wait to see who's going to get to the finals. And then they announced that the Invitational is going to happen again. So it's going to be these 4 against these 4, right? And KKSA is this the super dominant one? Or is it 636? One of these teams is like actually like insanely powered. I guess it would be 363, being 4 billion in this realm. These are definitely going to be 2 teams to watch in the Invitational. Like they straight up stomp people, and they're going to have all the same commanders because of how Invitational works. I think it'll be pretty cool. It's going to be nifty. That's pretty much all I got for today. I got like an hour of just like rambling and lunacy out. Watch me tomorrow at fucking bright and early at 13 UTC. I will have coffee. I suggest you also have coffee, but these are gonna be... If KvK is gonna be another 4 weeks away, this is gonna be the most entertaining thing for the next 4 weeks. Hope you guys come and say hi. It's gonna be a good time. Thank you guys for watching. I love the support. You guys have been fucking awesome. I'm gonna go do... I don't know yet. Probably fix up some stuff and make sure the stream went well. And like, I'll do timestamps and stuff because I know Amir wanted timestamps on my long rambly ones. Next time, I'll try to get some guests. I want to try to like actually use this as a platform to discuss ideas with people and hear people's thoughts. So if you guys have ideas and stuff you want to talk about, join my Discord or post a comment and let me know what you want people to talk about, and I'll try to get some guests on for the next time I do it. I don't know if it'll be a weekly thing. Let's try to make it a weekly thing, but I'll see what happens. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys real soon.